Hello and welcome to the daily crypto market update. First of all, we will be starting with the Bitcoin price action and the Bitcoin price prediction currently, as well as doing the technical analysis on Bitcoin briefly. As you have seen, if you are following me on Twitter, I posted at about 2 hours from now that I am bearish on Bitcoin, although Bitcoin was reaching about from the daily low of approximately $19,000 to $21,000. And just after I posted that, then Bitcoin started to fall and approximately fell 3% from the price it was currently trading on. And I'll be telling you the reason why I was bearish and why I would be still continue to hope that our price action is still bearish and will be continuing downwards price action. Hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's get into Bitcoin. First of all, if I move on to the weekly time frame, Bitcoin's weekly time frame RSI is extremely low and is indicating that Bitcoin has been oversold, and it has never been this much oversold in the whole year of 2020, 21, 2019. And this is the point: Bitcoin is extremely oversold and has never been this much oversold right now. This is indicating that Bitcoin can little bit go up, as even if you see, I have opened right now the 200 moving weekly average, and the 200 moving weekly average acts as the last standing support for the bear markets when we have already watched recently. And if we see, right now Bitcoin has also broken this 200 weekly moving average, and definitely it's not really decisive to say that it would continue its motion downwards or not, because the global macroeconomic situation or the global recession, Bitcoin has never been into a global recession before or in the quantitative tightening phase. But right now it is the first time Bitcoin and the crypto market is seeing the macroeconomic situation in which all the stocks are so bearish and being oversold. It's not only cryptocurrencies, but it's all over the entire economies of the countries, and even the large economies such as United States, China, all are mostly flipping bearish. So we are not confident at the moment that Bitcoin will move up or down. However, the indicators and the macro situations we consider are still pointing that we have far more downside to consider as of right now. As you know that technical analysis and all these things are based on probabilities. However, the global macroeconomic analysis is something which we definitely need to consider, as technical analysis is hardly 30 to 40% contributing towards the price prediction, while the main target of our price prediction should be that we need to understand the global macroeconomics. And right now global macroeconomics are not indicating any strong bounce from the stocks and other markets. Moving on towards Bitcoin dominance is also a strength indicator of the Bitcoin price action in the crypto market, and we have seen that Bitcoin has hit our target, has nearly reached our target, and then since then it is going downwards. This is also extreme bearish indicator that the interest of the cryptocurrency market or the investors is right now very low towards the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the largest cryptocurrency, we know that, and this bearish trend shows that the investor sentiment or investor interest is very low towards Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's market cap doesn't really show that the amount of money is that amount of particular is invested into cryptocurrencies, but the Bitcoin supply, the existing supply, is just multiplied to the last price at which it is traded. So that doesn't definitely indicate that Bitcoin is really having this real pump, or the pump is fake, as definitely we are having a very low market volume. If you can see, the market volume is currently decreasing, although it's just an hourly chart, and even if you observe, the market volume is still decreasing. Especially the buy candles are very much way much smaller, and their lifetimes are much smaller compared to the sell candles, and that also indicates the magnitude of the trading and the price action further. This is possibly a very small indicator on the technical analysis. However, if we see towards the price action on the early time frame, right now we are observing that Bitcoin is trying to break this region that was drawn around 20,000 to 22,800, in which Bitcoin was hovering around for a few days and then broke down as the FUD of Celsius and 3 Arrow Capital liquidation was spread into the market. Right now, there are news considering the factors that Sam Bankman-Fried and the Alameda Research is trying to bail out those companies and prevent the bankruptcy in order to just save the crypto market from further drowning into red. So that is further bullish news. However, there is another important indicator that we need to consider, that the whales that were buying around 40,000 or $30,000, they are currently not accumulating Bitcoin, while the miners are still in loss. There have also been indications that the miners are currently capitulating, and many miners are even giving up, turning off their machines. However, clearly indicated by the factors which we'll discuss in the video. And obviously, when miners capitulate, the Bitcoin hash rate goes down and the mining price of Bitcoin goes down, turning the realized price of Bitcoin to a lower value. Right now we can see the very weakness in the Bitcoin chart as well on the early time frame. My targets for short term, like in coming days or even coming week, even if we go up to the target of, we can even go to a price of, right now I wouldn't be surprised if we go to the price approximately of $23,000. However, I am expecting a very strong bounce from this resistance zone to this trend line back again, and if there is good volume and the stocks show strength, then we can try to break this trend line once again. However, this is my low probability scenario, but right now the important thing is Bitcoin price action is more likely to break down this zone of support, and the breakdown would be confirmed if we close a candle below $19,000, and if we break a candle, if we close a daily or even 4-hourly candle below this $19,000, then I will be taking a short position for Bitcoin, and my target would be $18,000 and target 2 would be $17,300. So this is my scenario. Just you don't have to short right now, just short it after confirmation. And the confirmation, I have told you, I repeat, that the confirmation would be if Bitcoin closes 1 hour 4-hour candle or even a daily candle below $19,000 and breaks this trend line, then I'll be shorting it from here, and my immediate target would be 18,000, and I'll put stop loss here when this target would be reached. You can even close your position at this point, as we may see a slight bounce and resistance for the further downside. However, you can put a stop loss securing profit and let the trade run, while my main target would be 17,300 once again, and even I'll be closing most of the trade here. I'll let it run, as I expect Bitcoin has further more downside, as we have been seeing these kind of bull traps, low volume pumps all over our way downside. And as even if you see in the recent times, we saw these bull traps over here, and these bull traps have been bigger than right now, which we are observing currently. So there is no strong indication that we have been bounced strongly from this point. There is no strong indication right now, as the market is having low volume and the pump was observed on the weekend time. So I am currently still bearish, and the rest is up to you whether you want to take the trade. However, do your own research, as well as I don't advise you to follow my trades, as they are quite risky right now. And even if you are not a leverage trader, then you should preserve your capital, as I expect we'll be getting much cheaper altcoins right now, which they are available, as I expect that the Bitcoin's domination should go up and the altcoins will bleed tremendously. So right now there is no reason for me to be bullish right now. However, in the small time perspective, this is a possible scenario, but a very low probability I am assigning it. That is a very low probability. Moving on towards the stock market, since the United States stock market was closed today, so I'll be focusing on the futures market. The futures market indicated a slight display of strength, but right now if we still see the overall trend of the futures market or the stock market is still downside, since the future market participants are very low and most of the traders are available on the stock market, so we don't really get an accurate picture of the stock market. However, it is just a representation of what the investors, or a very small sample of investors from the Wall Street or the traders or the stock traders, are doing right now. So right now it is currently bullish, and that is why I have considered this scenario, that we may go upside for a short period of time, while our main resistance remains around $23,000 to $23,800. Moving on towards the whale alert channel, if whale alert Twitter channel, if you haven't followed, you can follow this Twitter, and it is a very important indicators that whether the Bitcoin are being transferred from the wallet to exchanges or vice versa. If the Bitcoins in large quantity are transferred from Coinbase to Binance, or from Coinbase or from wallet to Coinbase, that indicates that the exchanges are a place to sell, and most of the people are ready to sell right now. If you see that we have approximately 6.6 worth of $1 billion of Tether burned today. It is a huge bearish news if you consider the Tether's total market capitalization right now, which is approximately, if I see on coin market cap, the Tether's total market cap is approximately 67 billion or 67.8 billion dollars. And right now this page shows that it is approximately 6.6 billion dollars of Tether was burned in the last 2 hours. Burned means the Tether, someone would have redeemed their cash in dollars against this amount of USDT, which was a probability that someone would use to buy crypto, but right now they have changed their mind, or they have cashed out from the Tether treasury, indicating that the bearish sentiments of the people continue. And even if you see the Tether market capitalization chart, it shows that the Tether has lost quite a lot of funds recently, as the investor sentiments are growing bearish constantly. However, if you see, there is no slight change in the market cap. Yesterday it was $69 billion, and right now it is showing that it's $67 billion. But Whale Alert channel is showing a difference of $6.6 billion. I really don't know why the difference is caused by. Mostly the difference in the price is or the market cap is inaccurate for coin market cap, but right now this on-chain data is far more accurate than that. Even if we consider somebody transferred approximately a lot of Bitcoins to Coinbase exchange for selling, and these are all adding up towards bearish news, as most of the large investors or whales are selling at this price. If you see that 10,000 Bitcoins were transferred for Zappo wallet to Coinbase, and similarly vice versa. Okay, the Sol, and if you are in crypto for a while, you might be looking at the news what is going on with Solana. Recently, a Solana platform is similar to the Aave lending platform. Users can lend, gaining interest, and borrow up to 46 assets. It is a Solana largest DApp by total value locked. Recently, an incident happened on Solend, causing a further FUD in the crypto market. It has cheap transaction fees and hot shot investors. Solend is an important protocol for Solana and greater than DeFi market. If if a user takes loan and the loan nears collateralization and the withdrawals are greater than deposit, then the network participants can liquidate the collateral in return of a reward. But what is happening in Solend? If you see, the loan makes up to 95% of the SOL deposits and 88% of the USDC borrows. If SOL goes below approximately $22, then the borrow amount becomes eligible for liquidation. That means that the whole platform would be liquidated. And to prevent this, the Solend developers or the participants created a poll to control the largest whale account in order to prevent liquidation. That is not really the concept of decentralized finance, and it should be considered that every person should have right of their financial conditions. It's not really right. It doesn't feel right that someone would eventually control a large whale's account in order to prevent the liquidation of their platform. That doesn't really even for the large investors, it is a red flag that DeFi platforms can just take over your accounts anytime just to prevent their own liquidation. And that has a very negative impact on the Solana's platform. Additionally, the congestion from bots attempting to liquidate the loan could cause downtime on Solana, and vice versa. If you see, there was a large portion of someone's wallet has voted that they voted that the whale should be liquidated out of the, or you can say that their funds should be grabbed from their wallets, and just to prevent the platform's liquidation. And that doesn't really add up to what I think for DeFi. And the concept of DeFi should be that community should be able to participate, or even if someone is trusting on the decentralized finance for the decentralized very nature, and that should be not in a similar manner according as centralized as banks. That is the main reason for in the first place to be using decentralized financial applications. And if you are using any of such applications, you need to be careful with what you are investing and who controls most of the wallets. Another important news is that people have been spreading FUD that Binance bought approximately 100,000 bitcoins. CZ Binance connected that it is the users that deposited funds into Binance. It's not the Binance who bought the dip. So you might have been noticing that the Moon Boys on Twitter and other places are posting that Binance brought the dip. Binance didn't bought the dip. However, they are continuing to buy in small chunks, but not this much. This is the amount which users have deposited on Binance, and mostly why user deposit on Binance, they have deposited to sell the bitcoins. That is mostly what I think. Moving on towards the Bitcoin hash rate, usually Bitcoin hash rate has been going up. If you see on the time frame, this is the time when China banned mining in their country, and we saw a rapid fall in the Bitcoin price as well as the Bitcoin hash rate. And if you see, currently we are observing that the Bitcoin mining hash rate has significantly gone down. And this is the reason I was talking about why Bitcoin mining hash rate is going down, is because that the miners in Kazakhstan are turning off their machines, mostly because of capitalization, and their cost of mining per Bitcoin is exceeding the cost of price of Bitcoin as per the exchanges right now. So Bitcoin mining is currently not a profitable business for the miners, as I see the miners are mostly capitulating and they can't even pay the electricity or the maintenance fees for the machines. They are running 24/7. Moving on towards the Bitcoin exchange reserve, slowly we are seeing that the Bitcoin exchange reserve has been increased as compared to the 16 May. On 16 May we saw a drop of Bitcoin's exchange reserve, but right now as the Bitcoin price increased, we saw the increase in Bitcoin's exchange reserve, that is approximately for 2.5 million 2.5 million BTC here. However, I expect that the market is continued to remain bearish, and mostly this volume should be coming from the miners, and as miners are capitulating. Even if you see a further more accurate chart, here we can see the miners are transferring most of their cryptocurrencies mined into the exchanges to sell, as obviously they have to pay the maintenance cost and the electricity cost for their machines. If you see the sudden drop in this chart, then you can see that Bitcoin's price goes up. However, we were seeing from the past few days there was drops observed, but right now the miners are giving up. Then you can see that they are saying that we can't do it anymore. Please hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share the video with others. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.